Welcome back to Table Talk. I'm Andrew, and this is a board game channel where we talk about what games you should be bringing to your table. Today is an interesting topic. It is a concept, I don't know, maybe like stamp collectors have it or something. But it might just be exclusive to board game fans. But it is talking about Grail games. You might be like, well, what the heck is that? A Grail game is just a game you really, really want, but it's hard to get, like the Holy Grail. So, instead of the cup from the Last Supper, allegedly, you are trying to find a board game that is either rare, out of print, expensive, not in your language, super old, hard to find, whatever it may be, and it is this quest. Here are a couple games on mine, some out of left field ones, and just some childhood ones I play I'd love to get. I'd love to find any of these games. I hope at some point to track down them all. I'd love to hear if you have any, maybe from growing up, maybe you played a game with a friend and you've never seen it since. Let me know in the comments below. Let's get to the list. My honorable mention is two games that are out in Europe and they will come to the US soon, so that's why they're honorable mentions. But they're not yet, so all the European people are playing, getting their jam on, and we don't have them. So first is Lands of Galzier. It is simply storytelling in a box. You just go around this world, adventuring, telling stories. And I love that. I love that immersive experience. That's why I love board games. It's got the woodland animal heroes. I've loved that ever since reading Redwall growing up. So I'm excited for that game. It's just straight adventure and storytelling. And second is 11 Football Manager. So if you're like me, probably not. Instead of playing Madden or NBA 2K like normal people and actually playing the games, I love the manager mode. Trading, getting draft picks, upgrading your stadium, messing with your staff. And that was my jam. So this is that brought to a board game with tons of expansions, and I'm really excited to try it out. Those two are my honorable mentions. My number 10 is a game that I'm pretty sure only came out in Spanish or something, but it has a really, really cool theme, and I'd love to try it. It is called Hollywood Golden Age, and as this great art, it brings the theme of a bunch of the Golden Age actors and directors, and you're bidding for them to make custom movies. And I love auction and bidding games where it has a cool theme, and this is that. Now what's really cool is a lot of people online have made custom mock-ups of modern actors, modern animated characters, modern directors to kind of customize the game and bring out that humor even more. And I love that idea. I love games like Basketball where you're auctioning for a basketball team and just putting together the most weird team, the most weird movies. I love that theme. I'd love to track it down. There are other versions in the US, but I want this version specifically. I haven't been able to find it. That is why it's my number 10. My number 9 is a game that I think maybe 1,000 people have. Only a very limited number of people bought it, and I never think it went to retail stores, and that is called Fantasy Baseball. Now, it takes this idea of fantasy baseball, which a lot of people play. I play fantasy football, and brings that to fantasy world. So instead of, humans pitching and batting, it's going to be like orcs and goblins and stuff. But I just love that it is this game where you're building up a team, building up a deck of the best players throughout a season, turning into the playoffs in 60 minutes. So I would love that experience of playing a whole baseball season in 60 minutes, building up a roster. But like I said, very few people have it, so it's hard to track down. I haven't found it yet. That is my number 9. My number 8 has a really weird name and kind of a really weird idea, but it is called the Agents of Smirk. Now this theme is like James Bond storytelling in a box. It's very similar to a game called Tales of Arabian Nights, where you're pretty much just going around the world, rolling dice, having crazy stories. But this makes it actually cooperative, where you have a mission to take down pretty much a Bond villain. So there is a lot of luck. It's not like a super strategic game, but you're going on all these spy adventures, and I would love to try that because I love storytelling games. I don't know if I want just chaotic storytelling like Tales of Arabian Nights, but Agents of Smirk does have some strategy, some mission you're going towards, and I would love to try it with some friends. There is a newer edition that I don't think is out yet. The old one, hard to find. That is why it is my number 8. My number 7 is way back in the day. I don't think it's a very good game, but it looks dope, and I swear I remember playing this as a kid at a friend's house, but I know people have gone online and made better rules, It's called Lost Valley of the Dinosaurs. It is one of those like classic 80 games. Like, I don't know if you ever played 1313 Dead End Drive, where it had like this 3D mansion. This is that, but it's like 3D dinosaur caves, swamp creatures, freaking pyramids, adventures. You're taking each other out. You can like throw each other's adventures into the swamp, give them to the dinosaurs. It sounds like an awesome theme. It would be really cool, I think, old school piece to have, and that is what makes it my number. Number 6 is once again that woodland animal theme I love. It is called Creature Comforts, and it is all about running around the woodland trying to make the best home. I love the theme. The mechanics look great, and incredible production as always from KTBG. And I would love the deluxe edition where like everything is blinged out beyond belief. I love it. Loved reading Redwall growing up. Watership Down. I mean, Great Mouse Detective. Frickin' American Tail. Any of those with animal critters, that's my jam. That's why this one is my number 6. I'd love to get it. It looks great, but the deluxe edition is hard to find. That's what makes it my number 6. My number 5 is just pure negotiation. It is called Panic on Wall Street. This one is so hard to find. It has been out of print for years, but it is literally where half of you are salesmen, half of you are investors, and you're just going around trying to make deals, investing in your product, and then you see if those products go up or down. I love negotiation games. I love games where you talk. I love chance and gambling, and this brings all of that together. And that's what makes it my number 6, Panic on Wall Street. My number 4 is actually a game designed by probably the biggest board game reviewer ever on YouTube, Tom Vassell, called Nothing Personal. Nothing Personal is you are all mobsters and you are trying to make deals, take each other out, whack each other, usurp each other in like the pyramid of the mafia family, and that game just sounds awesome to me. There's like a capo ring. It's like The Godfather brought to life. I'd love to try it. I'd love to own it. That is Nothing Personal, my number 4. My number 3 is, this is like pure nostalgia. I don't know if it was actually good or it was just good when I was a kid playing it, but I would love to get some back, and it's called ATactics. This is like late 90s, early 2000s. You had these figures and you would like move them across the table. That would like determine their health and their hit points. And they had like freaking Transformers, Spider-Man, X-Men, Star Wars. And me and my brother and cousins, we would have these. We'd have like giant ATSTs and freaking Yoda taking on Optimus Prime, taking on Green Goblin. And I just remember it being the best time. I would love to get some back and start a little collection. It'd be dope. Just really nostalgic for me. But once again, I mean, they haven't made these in years, and that is my number 3 ATactics. My number 2 is Tecmo Bowl. I would love, I mean, I keep saying this, I'd love to get a copy of it. Like, really though, I think I've only ever seen one. And it is this arcade, like Tecmo Bowl football NFL Blitz in a box. You have like these pixelated football player cubes you're moving around, and it's actually pretty in-depth. Like, you make formations and plays. And the dude made like all 30, instead of NFL teams, like his version of NFL teams with unique players. And I think it would be awesome to make a league of this, play it. It seems really strategic and tactical, but also just really fun. And man, I wish I could find it. I think it's possible I will one day, and that's what makes it my number 2. Thank you guys for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting. Honestly, always comment. I love talking to you guys in the comments, hearing your thoughts. It's a great part of my day. And honestly, I never expect anyone to watch these. So it's dope that some of you guys do. I appreciate it. And if you guys ever have anything you want me to talk about, any ideas, talk about anything when it comes to board games, pop culture in general, I love rankings, lists, and so just let me know in the comments below. Let's get to my number 1. My number 1 is Heroscape. Once again, nostalgic pick. Oh gosh, I'm so bummed, okay? They were actually going to reboot it this year. And they rebooted HeroQuest from like 80s where everyone's like dad played, I guess. And Heroscape was what I played growing up. And it didn't fund. So it will probably never exist again. Which sucks because they were like, we're going to make all these expansions and stuff, and now it's never going to happen. But what is Heroscape? Heroscape is this 3D modular board with painted figures, painted terrain, and you would build like these 3D castles and mountains and caves and oceans. and there was like a bajillion characters all with different stats, so it was super strategic, but it was also pretty simple, and it looks cooler, I think, than any board game I've ever played. Seriously, me and my buddy break out some, and anytime we play it anywhere, people will walk by and ask, what is that? And finally, I just want to thank a viewer actually sent me a master set of Heroscape, and I'm forever grateful. I actually didn't have any anymore from growing up, so we were just using my buddies, but now I have my own master set, and I would love in the future, though they're hard to track down, to get the other master set, maybe some expansions and some more characters. But for now, I'm content with my master set, playing it with my buddy, and just reliving the nostalgia of the old days, and that's what makes Heroscape my number one. With all that being said, I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side.